Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and it is once again that time to talk with our friends from the Tri-County YMCA. Of course, we have the Mike Steffe in today, so thank you for coming back.
Hey, it's great to be back.
So we're in August. There's a lot of things going on. The kiddos are back to school, and just like with everything else, the schedule doesn't get any lighter with the Tri-County Y, right?
That's right. So we, transition from summer camp to after school. We've got our after school sites, 5 of them again this year. The Ferdinand Elementary kids come to the Y. We have DuBois Elementary, Pine Ridge, Jasper Elementary, and Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity also serves the kids who go to Ireland Elementary. So really 6 elementary schools in the area that are served. We got close to 200 kids signed up in our program this year, but still opportunities at most locations for more kids. Need more kids at DuBois, so that would always, it's always a good thing. But we know parents' situation changes as the school year goes along, or something maybe doesn't work out, or you get a new job or whatever. But we take enrollments throughout the school year. We do our after-school programs on a 3-day and a 5-day contract. So, if you only need care for a couple days, you don't have the financial burden of committing for the whole week. The kids, we gather them up after school. We usually give them a chance to go to the bathroom, wash their hands, have a good snack, and then get into our activities. So try to keep the kids busy, give them an opportunity to do their homework, give them some, time to do some other activities together, or, some free time to go out and run around, run a little energy off as they have sat and been little angels all day in school. They can,
we hope.
Come and run off some energy at the Y, and then pickup is up to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So, our goal is when the parents pick the kids up, they're pretty much ready to go on to the evening's next events, whether that's dinner at home or baseball practice or sisters cheerleading tryouts or whatever it is. So, our after-school programs have been very popular, and it's kind of a good wraparound service. A lot of the same kids who are in our summer camp are also in our after-school programs.
Yeah, and it's definitely, if you think about it, it's a way for kids who may or may not be in sports to make a good little friend group that, hangs out after school. Because as someone who didn't get into extracurriculars until high school, it kind of, if you just go home every day and you don't have siblings to hang out with, or you're waiting for your parents to get home, that can get kind of boring, kind of lonely. So having a place for these kids to go, especially the youngsters who can't stay at home, is super important.
Yeah, that's right. The kind of the neat thing is the kids get mixed a little bit by grade. Kids grow up with the kids in their class, all the way up, and then when you get to high school, and things kind of start to get mixed up a little bit. So it's good to have those friends who are both older and younger than what you are. And, you mentioned the kids in our after-school program who can't stay home by themselves, but we also have a lot of kids who come down after school, especially from Forest Park, who just want something to do after school.
Yes.
So not necessarily in a program, but it's very interesting that each year comes a different group. One year we'll have a group that comes down that all they want to do is play basketball in the gym. Last year we had a group that came down that all they wanted to do was go in the weight room and lift weights, and which is, either one is great. Gives them an opportunity to maybe kill some time before that next practice, or even, if mom or dad works till 5 o'clock, but your child is 13 or 14, they can come down to the Y and hang out, and you can still pick them up there. So works out really good. It's neat to see the activity as it changes when the kids get back in school. And this morning before I left to come over here, I saw some kids in there before school, exercising, working out, shooting baskets and different things. So it's neat to see kind of the change in seasons.
Yes, definitely.
For us, we have in school, out of school. Those are our 2 seasons that we have at the Y. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Got to keep it simple that way.
That's right.
So at all of these after-school locations, there's going to be staff there, volunteers. What's the older people going to look like?
Yeah,
more responsibility.
Yeah, so definitely we have staff at all the sites. Always in need of more staff. We try to have a mix of older and some high school kids. So if you're interested in working at one of the sites, we kind of broke it down into 2 shifts, kind of the 2:30 to 4, kind of the early shift, maybe for instructional aides at the school. When their contract ends with the school, they can just come over to the Y for another hour and a half. And then we have kind of a 3 to 6 shift, which is kind of more for the school age, the high school, juniors and seniors. They get off, school day ends, and then they just come over to the after-school site and work for a couple hours in the evening. So we don't ask you to commit to all 5 days. A couple days a week's good. It's good to have a good mix of staff, good bench. We're okay on staff right now, but we could always use some more. And as the year goes on and people, pop in and out of different activities, we want the kids to not just work when they're going through school, but also experience the other things. So we're always pretty flexible about letting kids off, whether they're in band or dance or a sport or, spell bowl or whatever program it might be. We're flexible about letting the kids off for those activities.
Yeah, it sounds like something that would have been ideal for me in marching band in high school, because you have those practices 2 days during the week, and then you're busy all weekend long. So if you're able to work a little bit during the week, just a little bit after school, that helps immensely.
Or you may not have practice till 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that too. So it's great to hear that there's a little flexible position, as long as you don't mind doing some more educational babysitting and, active babysitting in a way. But
we ask our counselors to be interactive with the kids. That always, it's a little chaos at first when they all get there and get settled in. But, especially, we try to provide as much homework help as we can.
Yes.
But, we're not always tutors or able to help with all the homework, but to able to at least get them on the right track.
I'd say never bring the math homework to me. I wouldn't be very helpful whatsoever. But on that note, again, that's going to be happening all through the school year, right?
Yep, that's right. As long as school's in session, we have after school.
Okay, good stuff. And you guys just wrapped up summer camp, right?
We did. We had around 300 kids in our summer camp between Ferdinand, Jasper, and Tell City. So just wanted to take a moment to thank the parents and the kiddos who all took part in our summer camp. I wanted to thank Greater Jasper and Tell City schools for providing us space in their buildings. Those 2 schools, it works out really great. We partner with our summer feeding program, able to get the kids lunch as part of their day. So they've been great supporters of the Y. Our staff, I think we had 25 camp counselors this summer who are basically college-age kids who are, either trying to earn some extra money or going into teaching. Did a phenomenal job. It's a hard job. It's a tough job. They get their weekends off, which is good. They get their evenings free, which is good too. And then Christine Cleaving, our camp director, who's done a great job with the program as well.
It truly does take a village behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
You never know how much effort it's going to take until you're in the thick of it, too.
A lot of moving parts. The kids take a field trip each week. We bring in a lot of program partners like 4-H, the library. The kids do swim lessons. They go fishing. A lot of activities that happen throughout the summer.
Yeah. So summer, unfortunately, is kind of on the bookend, closing, all that fun stuff. So looking forward in the next few months, what's going on at the Y?
So we've opened our sign-ups now for co-ed volleyball, which is going to be Monday nights starting September 11th. Got, I think, 8 spots open for that. So we'd like to get that up and running. As we mentioned on our programs previously, we're hosting the Heartland Half Marathon this year. September 15th and 16th. Friday night the 15th, the Kids Fun Run will take place at the Y. And then on Saturday the 16th, the half marathon. The starting point is at the Y. The finishing point is just nearby the Y. So we are providing space for any runners who might need to change before or after the race, shower up, go attend the Folk Fest after you're done. So runners and volunteers are still needed. The best thing to do is go to heartlandhalfmarathon.com, all spelled out. Or you can call us at the Y at 812-367-2323, and we can get you pointed in the right direction.
Yes.
The other big thing that I want to talk about for the fall is we are going to be starting our Rocksteady Boxing, expanding our Rocksteady Boxing program into Jasper. So Rocksteady Boxing, we've been doing for, I think, 5 years at Jasper, or at Ferdinand. It's for those with Parkinson's. It's an awesome program. We have come to an agreement with Health Point in Jasper. They have a space available that is going to allow us to do the program. So kind of putting all our ducks in a row for that. And I'm sure I'll talk more about that when I'm back next month. But we hope to kick that off later this fall, October, November timeframe. So if you have or know of anyone in the area, the Jasper area with Parkinson's, give us a call at the Y again, and we can put you on a list to make sure that we keep you informed on what's going on with Rocksteady Boxing coming to Jasper. That's
so neat, again, and just hounding that point on the inclusiveness of all these events. You just talked about the kids' fun run, the half marathon that has everybody involved. The boxing is, of course, for people with Parkinson's, but it's just very neat to see that there's inclusion all throughout. Health Point is a beautiful little gym area or fitness center, so I cannot say enough. So it'll be definitely a great thing to have.
It will definitely be a great thing. And, Rocksteady Boxing is great for the physical health, but also the mental health of not only the boxers, but the caregivers as well. So they have built a really strong support system to talk about anything from medication to diet to exercise to just how to get around, how to manage the day, sleeping, just a whole variety of things. So super excited to be able to expand that program. Because I think it's a very needed and great program.
Yeah, and I mean, Parkinson's can affect a lot of people that you may not even realize. So it's much more prevalent than people may want to consider, unfortunately.
That's right. So it affects everyone differently. So, our boxers that come to the Y and Ferdinand, they all display symptoms a little bit differently, and so that's why we do a variety of different things to help kind of alleviate those symptoms. There's no cure for Parkinson's, as we know, unfortunately, but helping to extend that quality of life and delay the onset of those symptoms is the goal of the program.
Yes, all good things. And Mike, you've been in the news a little bit recently with this new wellness center, regional wellness center project as the YMCA liaison. So what can we learn about that today?
So, we've been kind of working on this project for a couple years, honestly. The Y has always had high on its priority list to expand in Jasper. And we've looked at several opportunities over the years, but honestly, it was just too big of a project for us to take on alone.
Yeah.
Whether it be acquiring the land or renovating a current facility, it just wasn't going to work. 2 years ago, Mayor von der Heide and I started having, more serious discussions about how the city could help. The city's comprehensive plan indicated a need by the community for indoor recreation space, so thought we'd be a good partnership. Talked to the Indiana National Guard, which is located by the current outdoor pool in Jasper, about potentially using their facility, their land, as a site. They said, why don't we just partner? We need to renovate our site as well. So put together a plan for a new wellness center that joins property with the Indiana National Guard Armory.
That is awesome.
So kind of been working on that, came up with the design, came up with the cost, and now we're working on the funding part of it.
Yes, so of course this is going to take definitely a few years to kind of construct, but is there like a timeline? How close are we, or is there what stages are we in now?
What we're working on right now is the funding part of it, which is the biggest piece of it. We've engaged in a capital campaign. We've been talking with individuals and business leaders throughout the community for the last couple weeks. We hope to have an idea at the end of the year on what potential, our goal is to raise $15 million privately.
Yeah.
The city is looking at enacting a food and beverage tax, which is going to be $10 to $12 million over 20 years. Several big grant opportunities out there that we're going to be pursuing. So we're trying to put all these different things together to come up with a stack of funding and capital that the city can then use to go forward and build the building. So the city will build and own the building. The Y will operate it. Our plan is to operate it just like we do the Y in Ferdinand. Membership categories for youth to seniors. Financial assistance package available for people, who don't have the ability to pay. We try to keep our membership costs as low as possible, and really be inclusive. So, as I mentioned, Rocksteady Boxing and the programs that the Y does, you don't necessarily have to be a member. If Rocksteady Boxing is the only program that you want to do at the Y, then that's the program that you enroll in, and therefore pay on. So really, we want to have an inclusive facility for kids from 6 weeks to adults to 100 and whatever. So facility we're looking at, having 3 large gym areas, huge indoor walking track, some form of indoor aquatics, community space, partner rooms, just a bevy of community activity. And, the neat thing, I mentioned some of the programs that we did this summer at the Y with 4-H and the library. It's a great place for other organizations to do their programming as well. I know Jasper Park and Rec is out of space and wants to do more programming. Be a great facility for them to do some of their programming in. Be a great place for Purdue Extension to come in and do cooking classes.
Yes.
Memorial Hospital to do things. Just a building the community can use that's going to be open, accessible to all, and really have a lot of nice amenities in it.
I can't imagine like a full gym with fitness equipment and stuff, and then not too far away you have like kitchens for the Purdue Extension. However, again, that's kind of, we've got the cultural center downtown here, but this is going to be more of a community center where you can be an active community member dealing with things or learning things or experiencing various things. So it's very exciting. Again, we kind of talked about it before we started rolling. From a college person's standpoint, I enjoyed going to the gym when I was able, and I enjoyed that it was such a low cost. So having something relatively close to where most people work and live and play, per se, would be super helpful, and just having all these different resources in one building, super, super helpful.
Yeah, and you think of the location. The Parklands is right across the street, so the outdoor walking path. The Armory Park is right there, so bring your kids to exercise class and then take them outside for a while. The outdoor pool at Jasper is going to be renovated. It's going to be unbelievable when it's done.
And that's City of Jasper, right?
City of Jasper, yes. And then, of course, you've got the hospital within a mile.
Yes.
Jasper High School, very easily walkable. The city's done a nice job making the whole area walkable.
Yes.
So we think it's just kind of a perfect location. And it's like, when that campus began to be designed 70 years ago, what it could potentially evolve into is, I think, going to be something that's really special.
Yes. So I'm just trying to imagine the diagram that I've seen a little bit of. But is this going to be on a specific corner and kind of branch out?
Yeah,
is it going to take up that whole square? Just a brief visual.
So if you're familiar with the current National Guard and their gym, and then where they park their vehicles. So if you drive down 15th Street, you'll see off to the left the Humvees and everything there. That's going to be the meat of the building there.
Gotcha.
The National Guard Armory current gym is going to be kind of the connecting point between the Y and the Guard. So that gym will be available for the community to use when the Guard is not in session.
Yes.
Or needing it on their weekends. So it'd be a great community asset just having that gym, and the kitchen that the Guard uses for their drill is going to kind of flip over to be able to be used by the community too. So definitely going to get great conjunction of programs and activities with having the guard there too. So, the entire footprint of what the guard is, including their motor vehicles, is kind of what the new facility is going to be.
Okay, that definitely helps for sure. And I know that with time, as things constantly progress and grow, we'll get more information on that. But hopefully this helps give some people a visual and kind of better understand it. But it's going to be for the community. There's a lot of different people partnering to make this happen, and I mean, overall, it's going to be a wonderful place for whoever you are, for sure. So we're excited to hear more about it as it comes through.
So, what we put together is kind of our dream scenario. By the end of the year, the funding will tell us what our reality scenario is going to be.
Yes.
And, we'll kind of go from there and build on that. But I think we're all in great alignment, and I think we're all excited and definitely see the need in the community. And the Clement Mary Longy YMCA in Ferdinand is not going anywhere.
Yes.
It's going to remain. It's a huge and vibrant facility serving the community of Ferdinand and Santa Claus and Huntingburg and a little bit of Jasper. We feel like this facility on the north side of Jasper, or really in the center of Jasper, is going to enable us to serve a much bigger population. Ireland, the number of people who come in to work in Jasper from the surrounding counties.
I mean, you've got half of Du Bois County working at Memorial Hospital just a block away.
Yeah.
So having that available,
So that's kind of why we've been calling it the Regional Wellness Center. Is Jasper is really a regional workplace hub. And we see that at the Y at Ferdinand. There's a lot of people that come in from Spencer counties that are working in Ferdinand, and they'll just work at Best or Master Brand, and then they'll come over to the Y when they're done or before. So we envision that same thing in Jasper as well. So
all great things, all great plans for the Tri-County Y. Well, Mike, is there anything else we need to make sure to know about for today?
I think we shared a lot there, Kaitlyn.
Yes, a lot.
More to come in the future. As I mentioned on my radio spot, if anybody has questions, concerns, wants to support the project in Jasper or Rocksteady Boxing, feel free to reach out to me at the Y at 812-367-2323. All my information's on the website. I'm happy to talk with you about whether it's support or concerns, either way. But it's been a really good process, and kind of getting to the point now where the rubber meets the road, and we got to figure out how or if we can pay for it, and then go from there.
All in good time.
All in good time.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning for the in.form, of course, and I cannot stress enough, the after-school program is super important for everybody to sign up for now versus when the slots are full.
Yeah.
Summer school sounded like it, or summer camp sounded like it went great. So just, again, all kinds of events. That's why the website, the Facebook posts, and all that stuff are super important with the Tri-County Y as well.
Yep, or the best thing to do is stop in and check us out.
Exactly.
Yep.
But thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks for having me, Kaitlyn. I appreciate your support.
Yes. Thank you so much at home for watching. This has been 18 WJTS in.form, where we are local people watching local people.